Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Beck over here does these specials on Blaze TV on the regular, like I think every other Wednesday or every Wednesday or some shit. It's just stupid. And they're all the same shit. It's to resell that whole like chalkboard. I've got all these details and I can line everybody up, low res conspiracy theory horse shit that he does. And that's a fake cat, by the way. It's a porcelain cat because animals can sense evil, and they couldn't get the other cat to sit still. So this is going to be his whole this is the Biden crime family idea. Now this is obviously at the same time, Glenn Beck every fucking day makes jokes about the fact that Biden is old and doddering and doesn't know anything and is stupid and can't find his ass with both hands, can't finish a fucking sentence, any of that shit. So, this is the other half of the argument where you have to ignore all of his old man jokes. Yeah. So here we go. This is oh God. What do you think he's got in his mouth? Toilet paper? Tissue? Chaw? Sorry.
We've known each other a long time.
Okay, that's a terrible Don Corleone. You sound like Gabby Hayes.
It's been here. We've known each other long.
We've known each other a long time. You talk out of your chin, you dumbass. Look how shitty this is. This is so bad. You can't cut. Go back, Glenn. That didn't sound anything like Don Corleone. You sound like an old sidekick cowboy on a television show.
We've known each other a long time. I can't remember the last time you invited me out for a cup of coffee.
Usually, just comedy note, if I might. You want to teach us at Second City. You want the sort of the where, when, and why in the first two sentences, so we can get to the fucking point. I don't know what this coffee horse shit is. I don't know what this old is. I don't know what this just tells me he doesn't have a lead-in joke, and I'm already regretting this.
No, my wife. She's the godmother of your child.
He's riffing. There's just nothing here. Oh boy.
Now you come to me and you don't even have the respect to call me Godfather. You say, I need your help. Sure, you didn't need it before. You had the police protecting you, the justice system. But now you need my help.
I don't know. I don't know. This, we're well into, it's the first minute of this. This is hardly going to meet the, oh God.
You come to me on the...
This is so shitty. This is such shit.
Day, my cat's been ceramicked.
That's the lead up. There's a ceramic cat. The day my cat's been ceramicked.
I can't have anybody killed. That I cannot do. But I can tell you about this.
Maybe he's actually. Am I the only person noticing that he's kind of doing Mark Levin?
This case. For years now, the Biden crime family, we've seen email after email.
Oh, the director is not coordinating well. He grabbed the cat and they made a cat noise.
We've seen email after email. Now, calm down, kitty. Receipt.
Yeah, they were on the wrong shot for that gag. It would have been money if, you know what? It's a dress rehearsal. By the time we get around to, opening night, will have closed already.
After receipt, but still the Justice Department wants to look the other way. What do? They go after Donald Trump on RICO charges. They're missing the real Don here. You might know him as Joe. Joe.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry to interrupt the premise, but shouldn't you just be doing the Untouchables character or something? Shouldn't you be doing like the detective, like be one of the, like do Sean Connery and be like, they're looking in the wrong place. That kind, you know what I mean? But why would, and I'm sorry to dive deep, and I know why the fuck I'm being baited into this, but why would a Don, perceived criminal is what he's played, a Godfather character, give a fuck about the DOJ not going after the right person? This is just ass.
Biden. Family calls him the big guy. And the RICO case against him is so clear, it's painful, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. Why as a member of a crime family, would you be concerned about a bad RICO case? Why would, isn't it taking out one of your rivals?
So you know what I gotta do?
Spit out those things and get on with it?
I'm tired of waiting around, too. The DOJ won't do its job. Good kitty. We'll just lay out a case they can't refuse.
Okay, that makes, again, the premise here is completely fucking ridiculous. At what point did one of the 5 families in New York go beyond turning state's evidence to full-on becoming the DOJ themselves? I'm smelling almonds. Does anybody else smell that? Does anybody else smell burnt toast? This is shit. This is absolute shit. And the worst part about this, is he thinks this is good. Like, he talked to everybody. He had somebody at the Blaze rent him a fucking tux or get his tux cleaned and then bill the company for it. They found this fucking porcelain cat for this stupid shit. He's like, I'll just put some fucking cotton balls in my mouth and I'll do an old man voice.
Tonight.
Oh, fuck you. No. What the shit? That's what we get. That's the quality programming you get over there at the Blaze, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing like seeing a grown man during one of his specials pull wadded, I guess, toilet paper, paper towel, something fucking out of his mouth, all salivated while wearing a tux. This is good. It's great stuff. Great programming. And now you guys have the fucking nerve to wonder why I ask for your support in growing this show so that I can overtake some of these motherfuckers. If I had the production value that these dickheads can rest on, can you imagine the quality programming we would have? Good Lord. Why I wouldn't even need a digital overlay to do Fecus. I could create actual full-on fucking prosthetics, for Christ's sakes. I mean, that ain't fucking fair, man. It's just fucking sad. How's over here busting his hump every fucking day, building them fucking PowerPoint presentations. That's 3 P's in a row. Say that fucking fast with teeth like this. It ain't fun. And then this, and whipping out, by the way, extemporaneous comedy for you. Not even thinking it through. I mean, honest to God, you don't think he writes down any of the stories I tell, do you? They just come. That's all they do. They just come. Just saying. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's got a studio worth at least $8 million and ain't doing no good for nobody. Got a fucking half the staff at his place is calling for the death of law enforcement and getting people fucking murdered. Wandering through bits like this, fucking, and the worst part about it, this motherfucker probably wrote that porcelain fucking cat off on his taxes. I'm just saying, get fucked. At least Hal has real cats. Shit. I ain't putting up with this shit anymore. I'm not doing it. No sirree, Bob fucking A right. At some point, you guys are gonna have to kick in. I'm not letting him come back on. I'm gonna end the show for him today. I want you guys to think about becoming a Patreon supporter, maybe shitting some Venmo over his direction, toss in a super chat, maybe some fucking points or some stars if you're on that Facebook with my grandmother and all of her inmate friends or whatever. It's amazing the Wi-Fi available in the Clarkville State Penitentiary. I will say that. Women's Pen. The Women's Pen has good Wi-Fi. They took it out of the men's because apparently one guy had figured out how to use, he'd collected all of his chewing gum wrappers and made some sort of receiver on it, and the Wi-Fi I think it was 5G. He'd ordered one of them screaming monkeys off of Amazon. They checked it. It was fine, whatever. 2D batteries, popped them out of its ass, and set the filament that he'd made in between it. And then right about peak usage time of the Wi-Fi, he set that thing going, and it just, there was like one small, I was half asleep at the time. You have to understand, suffering the continuing ramifications of an ongoing series of beatings. But I looked up just in time. It was like this little noisy thing in the blue light. And then all of a sudden, the whole fucking lights went out. The Wi-Fi went down. So, it was minimum security. So a lot of people, I was able to go out and check the breaker myself later with the ring of keys they gave me. But when the lights came back on, he was fucking gone. Fucking gone. I mean, he was back the next weekend because he was allowed to come and go. He had that there Epstein deal. He wasn't in there for anything bad like Epstein was, though. He was in there for passing good checks, which in Clarkville County, in eastern Kentucky, you can get busted for passing good checks without cashing them yourself. Like, what kind of a dumbass finds a good check on the ground that's made out to cash? Somebody's already endorsed it. Take it in there and get the money. And if you turn it in trying to be a good citizen, they don't fucking trust you. That's all I'm saying. That's sketchy as fuck. It's anti-charity is what it is. Anyways, I like you guys a lot, and I hope you guys. He was allowed back in. Was it a Canadian prison? No, look, we had a warden that used to work in Florida, in the West Palm area, and he had wily ideas on stuff. He was a Marxist libertarian, and he was of course arrested for putting up a sign that, well, it was like, I wouldn't say it was so much a sign. It was a false direction, I think, was the actual charge. He put on the side of the road, and it just said ice cream. And everybody who went and tried to get the free ice cream disappeared. So they arrested him, whatever. He obviously didn't find much evidence of his crime. He'd already digested him. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is y'all need to know this more than just memorize this shit, okay? And I'm only going to say this once.